So what happened last night? Anybody do anything interesting? Okay. The 2024 presidential race ended yesterday. And this is what the country and the world woke up to this morning. Take a look.
This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because
Whoopi Goldberg and The View cope hard, slowly die inside over the presidential win. Trump has won. He is president-elect, and they are not happy about this, and we already knew that was going to happen. So I am here for the content, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Because we're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
So, how you feel?
I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, she wanted to say something. What just happened there, you can tell. She wants to say something negative, but in reality, they didn't give her the clip to do that with because he didn't say anything wrong. He didn't say anything wrong at all. He was calm and collected, and, you know, he thanked everybody, so there's nothing there to say.
My takeaway is that the system works. We live in a democracy. Mm-hmm. People spoke. This is what people wanted. I vehemently disagree with the decision that Americans made, but I feel very, very hopeful that we have a democratic system in this country. We should value it. We should love it. We should protest if the situation arises that we need to protest, which I'm sure it will. And I've been through this before with Nixon. It's been very difficult, but boy, oh boy, do we have a country if we can keep it.
Yeah.
Well, we kept it the last time. I mean, I think that's a little unhinged. Like, I don't understand. So it's these kind of hyperbolic terms. I mean, I guess it's good for content again, but these kind of hyperbolic terms is what makes people not take corporate media seriously. I mean, it's why people like, you know, Rachel Maddow and what is that girl, Mika Brzezinski, they think that Trump is going to come take their jobs. It's not Trump coming to take your job. It's that people know that y'all are nothing but liars or you guys are too hyperbolic. You don't have to like Trump. You didn't have to vote for him, but we have a country if we can keep it. What's getting ready to happen? Wait, what happened then? What happened in 2016 to 2020 that I must have missed something? Did I miss something?
Echoing the sentiments, Joy, one of the first thing I wanted to say for anyone that needs an example of when the person you voted for does not win, you do not say the system must be broken or that it was rigged. You say it is what it is, and you show up anyway. And I want to commend all those people that voted, because you sometimes hear people say, well, it didn't matter. No, it did matter. That was still your currency. That was still your power. And people turned out. Now, if you didn't vote, you really don't have a say in the conversation.
That's not true. I hate when people say that. Let me tell you something, okay? Never let anybody bully you on emotional capture to do something. As a matter of fact, hold on to that really tight, because I do believe in the next few years we are going to see a lot of things that are going to try to emotionally capture us into certain decisions, okay? Coming back to it, it is also your American right to say, I'm not going to just pick the lesser of two evils, right? However you feel about this is a general statement. I don't care if it was, 40 years from now, we're talking about two totally different people. If you say neither one of these people make me feel comfortable, I don't want to vote, that's your right. That is your American right to do that. And then you still have a right to get into the conversation, because guess what? You can say, this is why I didn't choose to vote for either one of them, because I knew it would be this way with this one and that way with that one. That's it. But to tell somebody that you can't be part of the conversation because you didn't vote, again, who are these people? Who are these people making these bylaws? I didn't know that was a bylaw.
So you can go ahead and sit down. But for the rest of you, and then a lot of what I think about is what I always tell my kids when things go on. You feel what you feel. Everyone has different emotions. Some people got what they wanted. A lot of people didn't. And you feel anything that comes up, and then you turn around and you say, let's look at the tapes. Let's see what we did. Let's see how we continue to fight for the people that we care about. And you take one step in front of the other. And so here we are today, and I still feel that optimistic because I feel arm in arm with so many people who agree with me. And I'm not going to stop marching. So
I like this pep talk, Coach Haynes. Listen, is it the outcome I wanted? No, but we live in a democracy. I have my vote.
Right.
Millions of people cast their votes did. And what's important to me is this. Tens of millions of Americans, our friends, our neighbors, our family members, voted.
So everybody's taking their high horse about this, you know. Now all of a sudden everybody, listen, let me tell you something, okay? This is a curated show. It is a produced show, okay? They can't have their real feelings about stuff. Like, this is corporate media. It doesn't matter if it's press or not, right? There's a corporation behind this. So you get your talking points, okay? Obviously, there's going to be somebody who's upset, a little bit more upset, but they're not going to say too much, okay? So the notion that The View is now being above it all, no, they're just not allowed to go too far.
For Donald Trump. We disagree with him. I know we all do at this table, but they are good, decent people who are patriots and love this country. And I can't speak to what drove them to the conclusion of being with him, but I think it is a moment for us to listen to each other, to hear each other, express what our concerns are. I've spent the last 4 years doing that, and also listen to people who are with him, because this is a country that there is truly more that unites us than divides us. I know it doesn't feel like that for many people in this moment, but we need to bring down the temperature, the name calling, the demonizing, let the other side, you know, if they want to do that, they can do it. But I think it is a moment to listen to the voters. And this, I have to say, I've always thought he could win. I thought in the final stretch, she might eke it out.
Guys, we knew he was going to win after that failed attempt of, I don't know what happened. Yo, Kamala got tossed, okay? She got thrown to the wolves. But she's not, and also she's not a good communicator. So it made it very easy for her to lose. The thing is, Kamala, they said, how are you different from Biden? On this show, Sunny asked her that question. Sunny probably feels like, I wish I never did ask her that question. It was on the cards. You had to ask her that question. So she set herself up, you know. I'm not different. You know, I wouldn't do anything differently. Okay, so we're not going to vote for you if you're not going to be different, right? But the media had already been reporting that black men weren't with Kamala and everything. So I saw this coming. I mean, I definitely did see this coming. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is. But let's see what our girl Sunny has to say, because you already know.
New York Times this morning, the headline was America Makes a Perilous Choice. I think that in 2016, we didn't know what we would get from a Trump administration, but we know now. And we know now that he will have almost unfettered power. And so I worry not about myself, actually. I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class. I worry about my mother retired.
No, she doesn't, okay? As if she did, she wouldn't lie about Joe Biden being so good. I'm so sick of these people. They're so righteous. I worry about the working. No, you don't. You don't. You are this one. I don't like using the term communist, but allegedly, in my opinion, she is a full communist. Her face, she can't help it. She's not supposed to go too far. She probably told them, like, listen, I got to say a little bit of what I'm thinking, okay? I'm not ready to be nice. And so this is what she's doing. But believe me, she can't take it. She really can't take it.
Higher teacher. I worry about our elderly and their Social Security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. And I remember my father telling me many, many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So again, I'm profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country, because I remember applying for my jobs as a federal prosecutor, and there was a box for convicted felons.
Well,
and so that box better be taken off. And I think our healthcare system is now at risk. I think
No fluoride for anyone.
yeah, economists have made clear that he's going to increase the debt by $7.75 trillion. I'm worried about mass deportation and internment camps, and I'm also worried about Elon Musk warning Americans to prepare for temporary hardship. I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Well, okay, fine. Fine. I certainly would not want that candidate simply because they're mixed race and married to a Jewish person. Because what kind of qualification is that? What kind of qualification is that? Are you kidding me? Because of how you were born and who you decided to marry, now you can run the country? That was a qualification to pick this person to run the country? A person who could not communicate her thoughts appropriately with an audience on a softball place like The View? Go, get it together. Get it together. You don't have less rights. These are the type of hyperbolic, histrionic statements. I have less rights now. My daughter has less rights. I'm afraid of internment camps. What the heck is going on? This is reaching to a level of hysteria. It is, okay? Mass deportations actually sound good to me. I haven't heard Trump say that in a while, but wouldn't mind seeing him. This is America. America's for the Americans, okay? So that is what we have going on here. You know, a little bit of that coping and seething that, you know, that they're doing, especially Sunny. Everybody else got the memo. Don't take it too far. They're going to move on or whatever. They're going to try to be righteous or whatever. Even Joy Behar, you could tell. She made a joke. She played Sunny, too, by the way. Oh, no more fluoride. Why are you worried about the medical system, too, by the way? Obamacare, they didn't get rid of it. That thing has destroyed the medical system. Let me just tell you, when it comes to documentation because of Obamacare, it's so horrible to get your work done and document. That's just one piece of it, okay? Anyway, calm down. Everybody relax, okay? Shout out to the Trump administration, all right? I do have my issues with them and the people that it seems like he's picking for his cabinet, but I'm not going to get histrionic. I'll just deal with it accordingly. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.